I signed a lease at noon. By dinner, my mother smiled across the table and said, "Put us down as co-tenants. We'll handle the credit check." She said it like a favor. I said, "Sure, I'll need both your social security numbers." At midnight, 3 cancellation emails arrived in a row. At 12:14 a.m., a locksmith finished installing my new deadbolt. My parents slept fine. Until 8:02 a.m., when the handle didn't turn. If you've ever been the responsible one, the family's walking autopay, stay with me. I didn't slam a door. I relabeled it. If you like quiet payback served with receipts instead of rage, follow Revenge Files right now. Turn on notifications so you never miss a midnight page turn. For 2 years, I lived in my parents' house under a temporary arrangement. Their words. I covered groceries, utilities, and those little repairs that cost a month's calm. "You're so responsible," Mom would say, the way people praise a dog for bringing back the stick they threw into a lake. I kept quiet and kept paying. Last month, I noticed a new line on the power bill. Additional responsible party. My name. That phrasing felt like a hand on my shoulder that didn't ask permission. I paid it anyway. Then I pulled my credit report. 3 hard inquiries. A department store card I never opened. A gas card with my name spelled correctly and my middle name spelled the way my mom spells it on birthday cakes. Wrong by 1 letter. That typo is her fingerprint. So I signed a lease. Not because I needed space, because the old space needed truth. It's a 1-bedroom over a flower shop across from a laundromat that eats quarters like a hobby. The landlord slid me the lease. I signed. The pen bit the paper. I felt the bite in my spine. I planned a dinner to celebrate. We clinked glasses. My mother's smile had subclauses. "Put us down as co-tenants," she said. "We'll handle the credit check. It looks stronger with us." My dad wore his car dealership face, the one that knows where numbers go. My sister Elena angled her spoon to look at herself and my unlocked phone. I said, "Sure, I'll need your SSNs." Calm voice. Napkin folded like a document. They blinked in sequence. Mom recovered first. "We'll send those later," she said. Dad raised his glass. "To family." I let the word pass me like a bus I didn't want to catch. We ate. They gave suggestions. Elena asked to borrow that sunlit corner for her content shoots. My dad joked that I should pay 6 months up front to build trust. My phone buzzed face down. "Welcome to your new account." Twice. Another from a lender I'd never met. I looked at Elena's perfect nails. My dad's old watch. My mother's purse big enough to hide a printer. I said nothing. At 11:43 p.m., the first cancellation email came. Account closure confirmation. Department store card. Not mine, but my name's. At 11:57, the gas card closed. The one swiped near my parents' street at 2:13 a.m. At 12:07, an insurance policy I didn't know existed sent. Coverage lapsed due to non-payment. Secondary driver, me, car, not mine. At 12:14, the locksmith twisted the last screw into a brand new deadbolt and handed me keys and a receipt. "You look like you're framing a degree," he joked, nodding at my lease. I laughed. It sounded like coins in a drawer. If quiet, calculated boundaries give you life, tap like and drop this comment. Ice cold. It tells the algorithm you value peace with paperwork. At 8:02 a.m., my parents arrived with coffee and confidence. The handle tried, then tried again. New locks make a specific sound when they meet old habits. A polite clunk. "Sweetie?" Mom called through the door. "You changed the lock?" "We didn't talk about that." I opened. "We didn't talk about the credit inquiries either," I said. We stood in the doorway like a before and after that forgot its order. They stepped inside. The apartment was small, a plant, 2 boxes, a single mug. "We should go at us as co-tenants today," Mom said. "Faster that way." "Great," I said. "I'll grab the forms." I brought out a folder labeled Family Business. Inside, a co-tenant addendum, a credit authorization page flagged for signatures, and 2 identity theft report forms, one blank for yesterday, one already filed for today. Mom waved at the forms like they were flies. We don't need all that. We're family. Exactly, I said. We sat. Coffee cooled. The plant leaned toward the window like an audience member leaning toward the stage. I asked one question. Who opened accounts in my name? Silence is a language. My mother negotiates in it. My father dares with it. My sister drafts plot twists in it. Mom went first. What accounts? The department store, I said. The gas card. The insurance policy with me as a secondary driver on a car I've never seen. The power bill labeled additional responsible party, me. Elena chuckled. Wow, you really read the fine print. I learned from the best, I told her. Dad sighed. Their family accounts. We set things up together. One name is easier. Mine, I said. You're the most organized, Mom added. We trusted you. Trust is a door some people love to lock you with. Cool, I said. Let's put that trust in writing. I slid the authorization across the table, pens like little swords. Full names, SSNs, signatures. Mom recoiled. Dad's hand found the paper, then his knee, then air. Elena didn't move at all, a pro at leaving without leaving. Do we really need to do all that? She asked sweetly. It's just a credit check. Which you'll pass, I said, if nothing's hidden. Last night's soft pulls showed the same typo on multiple applications. My middle name spelled the way Mom always spells it when she's in a hurry. Wrong by one letter. That tiny letter is a huge witness. I rotated my laptop to them and zoomed in. Only one person spells it like this. Mom laughed, a sound that means, I'm offended and improvising. I must have filled something out wrong when we were setting up the family plan. Dad offered, we'll fix it. Cancel what needs canceling. Let's not make it a thing. Right on cue, my inbox stacked the 3 cancellation emails like dominoes. I let the screen explain what a thing looks like. I keep an apology-sized box. Inside, bills, receipts, payback promises, screenshots, timestamps as big as egos. I opened it. I laid out utilities, groceries, and repair invoices. The plumber's note laughed from the margin. You must love this house. Mom asked quietly, why are you doing this? Translation, how dare you want a ledger when we only gave you a leash? Because co-tenants read, I said. And because my lease has one name, mine. I slid a printed identity theft report with a case number across the table. The blank one from last night suddenly had a baby and a college plan. Okay, Mom said. We made mistakes. We'll fix accounts. We'll take our names off. But for the apartment, add us as co-tenants. We can help. How? We'll pay the landlord directly, Dad said. Auto pay. We know how this works. I know, I said. I've been paying. Mom jumped in. We'll cover the first 3 months. You can pay us back when you're settled. That's not help, I said. That's a tab. Elena rolled her eyes. Can we not be dramatic? Adding them makes you look stable. I am stable, I said. That's why I change locks and freeze credit. New locks don't argue. They just work. I'm not adding anyone, I said. But I will do this. I opened a folder labeled Closure. Inside, letters to the store card, gas company, insurer, and the power company. Each, remove me, not authorized. Here's my report number. Here's the wrong middle name. Here's my new address. Copies of my ID. My lease, my deadbolt receipt. Optional but poetic. I'm sending these today. That's extreme, Mom said. What's extreme is theft, I replied. What's extreme is calling it family. Dad stood. We're leaving. I thought you might, I said. At the door, Mom warned, you're making a mistake. When things go wrong, don't come crying. When things go wrong, I said. You'll hear the click of a lock. That's all. If you're still listening, you're my people. Follow Revenge Files for daily stories where boundaries are signatures, not speeches. Comment, new lock if you've ever chosen peace over permission. Family group chats are where love goes to get formatted. Elena. Mom says you overreacted. Dad. We'll discuss grown-up things when you're ready to be mature. Mom. You changed the lock on your family. Me. Yes, that was the point. Elena dropped a screenshot. Canceled order, my favorite store. They closed the account, she typed. They did, I answered. Dad. Fix it. Me. I did. Mom. We raised you better than this. Me. You raised me to read. I read. They called a family meeting. I arrived with my box, my lease folder, and a folding chair. Bringing your own chair changes a room. It says, I bring my own place. Mom opened. We're very disappointed. Me too, I said. Dad held bank statements like a magic trick. We've covered so much for you. Food, gas, phone. I slid my stack across. I covered utilities, repairs, and all those will pay you back miracles. Elena. So you want reimbursement? No, I said. I want you out of my name. Mom crossed her arms. We're all in each other's names. That's family. Then put me in your will, I said. She blinked. Conversation blinked with her. Dad softened. We love you. We want to be part of your life. Co-Tenants isn't control, it's support. Support me by not needing me to support you, I said. Sign this acknowledgement that you opened accounts in my name. Mom recoiled. We won't sign lies. Then the recordings will, I said. Customer service starts with, this call may be recorded. Some of them were. Elena scoffed. You're not serious. I'm serious like a new lock, I said, folding my chair. Meeting over. I mailed every letter certified. Return receipts came back like little green trophies. The power company removed me in 2 days. The store card reversed charges. The gas card paused everything. The insurer mailed a packet thick enough to doorstop apologies. I froze my credit with all 3 bureaus. Fraud alerts went up like mousetraps. A few days later, Mom texted a photo of their overdue bill. This is what you're doing to your family. I sent a photo of my new keys. This is what I'm doing for me. A week later, knock. Peephole. Mom, smaller than the idea of her. Can I come in? She asked. Yes, I said, and stayed in the doorway. She exhaled. We messed up. We used your name because it was easy. We told ourselves we deserved to. We told ourselves you wouldn't mind. Then we told ourselves we were helping you by being involved. All lies. We all tell stories, I said. Mine started using paper. She looked at the deadbolt. I can't give you receipts for everything. Some of it is gone. We were scared. Scared of what? Being told no. Here's my yes, I said. I won't press charges. I won't blast you publicly. But I will be a lock. You cannot use my name again. She nodded. I held out the acknowledgement letter. Sign this so you feel what it's like to put your name on something that actually belongs to you. She signed. Her hand shook. I slid the paper into my folder. She glanced in. It's small, she said of my apartment. It's mine, I answered. That night, I watered the plant. The window swallowed daylight. The signed letter went into my box. I made a new folder called Peace. It held nothing and somehow everything. Dad didn't text. Elena posted a caption about fake people and flashed a new card she called Hustle. The power at my parents' house finally said, payment received. Maybe they learned. Maybe not. Locks don't need to know the past of a door to guard its present. 2 months later, my landlord laughed about a nice older couple who called the office asking questions about my tenancy. We don't discuss tenants, she said. Your mother is charming. She is, I said. I went home, Opened my box and wrote one last document. An invoice from me to me. A total for all those smalls. Late night rides, holidays I bankrolled, batteries that replaced arguments, the years of being useful and invisible. The total said, paid in full. I signed it with my name. Only my name. Revenge isn't always about making them hurt. Sometimes it's teaching them the new price for using your name is your absence. If someone wants to be in your life without being in your paperwork, hand them a pen and say, "Sure, I'll need your SSN." Then wait. The truth will either step into the room or run down the stairs. Label the door accordingly. This is Revenge Files. New stories daily, served cold with receipts.